My name is Massimo Costa and I am the designer of the speakers of Alare brand, a brand of audio flight from Italy. I've been for 15 years a reviewer for an Italian HiFi magazine and editor-in-chief for another Italian magazine for do-it-yourself HiFi products. In all these years I measured and heard and examined many speakers of every brand. So at the end of this experience, in some way I have learned to do myself a speaker, because I learned the correlation between what I saw inside every speaker I opened and the sound of the same speaker. We are friends with Audioflight guys for 25 years. Maybe 20 years ago I designed a loudspeaker, a pair of speakers for the lab. We were linked for all these years. But when I stopped to be a designer for another brand, they asked me if I was interested to do a new brand of speakers for Audioflight. And I said yes, obviously, yes. I tried to design always of speakers in a transmission line, because this kind of bus loading is not so much popular in the industry. Me and my friend started to investigate this kind of system many years ago. We also made a software for the simulation for this when on the industry there wasn't any of it. So in all these years of experience, we think that we have found some results. So the main characteristics of the speakers are there are transmission line intended in a more technical way and not in a way classic, because people made this way, so we do this way. It's the new way. I think after all this year of experience that good result is always the sum of many small details. So we pay attention in the vibration of the cabinet, the quality of the drivers, the quality of the internal cabling, and so on. And only when you pay attention on all these details, you have some chance to do a good work. At this level of information and details, every wrong brings a loss of information, a loss of quality. It's not to be a snob or because it's necessary. It's necessary because if you design a complicated crossover network and you use a cheap capacitor, you are wasting all the work. There is anyway, there is an upper limit. There is an upper limit and a high limit, but there is always a limit, because you can't use an incredible big capacitor, because you have to put it into the speaker. So even if you are designing a top line speaker, you have some constraints anyway, but they are wide, so you can work with freedom inside. In the future, we plan to widen the Remiga line. Today there is in production the Remiga 1 and Remiga 2. And we are planning to introduce the Remiga 3, that is bigger. And then to introduce a less expensive line, trying to maintain not the same quality, but high enough quality for the name of the brand. This is the goal for the next years. Audioflight is on the market for 25 years, so all the electronics and CD players and so on are really renowned on the market. But Alare brand is new. The only thing I can say, go in a shop. In every time you can listen to them and listen, because I think it is the only way to listen to the difference in the sound. It's the only, because the other ones are words. For the designer it's more easy, because the Audioflight electronics are very good in terms of power and quality of sound. It's a background that helps That helps me in doing my job. And the other point of view is that audio flight gives me all the freedom in the technical choices. And I can say that also that designing and top quality loudspeakers in some ways is more easy than designing cheaper speakers, because we had too much constraints in terms of money. This freedom is dangerous, because maybe you can have also have all you want, but if the result is not exceptionally good, you are wrong. I think that there must be anyway a balance in what you want to get out from a design and what the people can afford, because you can also design very big speakers, but then it's impossible to put in a normal house, and even in a wide house. It's not the right match with the standard way of life of the person, of people. So I think a designer have to pay attention even in these details, in order not to design a monster is not useful for anything.